gentlemen, I am Janki Ramani.
And I am Nivedita Bali.
It is our privilege to welcome you to today's HR Leadership Summit. We are deeply honored by the presence of our respected director, sir, esteemed HR leaders, distinguished guests from the industry, faculty members, and the future leaders of business, that is, the students of Pune Institute of Business Management. Today is not just another conference. It is an opportunity to witness some of India's most accomplished HR leaders share their experiences on how the future of work is evolving. As technology transforms industries, artificial intelligence reshapes careers, and businesses redefine success, one question stands before every educational institution. Are we truly preparing talents for jobs that don't even exist today? With this thought, I welcome you all to Leaders Conjunction Season 5, our flagship HR Leadership Summit centered around the theme, the human side of growth, talent, culture, and business success.
Like every other auspicious occasion, let us start this event by offering our prayer to Ma Saraswati and conducting the ceremonial lighting of the lamp as a tribute to Goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of knowledge, wisdom, and learning. Saraswati Mahabhage, Vidya Kamla Lochane, Vidya Rupe Vishalakshi, Vidyam Dehi Namostute. May I please invite all our respected dignitaries, chief guests, and our directors to please come forward and light the lamps.
So please.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहाम् हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्
Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. Every institution has a story of vision, perseverance, innovation, and impact. Before we begin today's discussion, let us take a glimpse into the remarkable journey of PIBM through our institutional film. May I request everyone to kindly direct your attention to the screen for the PIBM growth story.
Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. This was not just inspiration, it was our starting point. From the inception of Pune Institute of Business Management, we believed one truth. Build concentration of mind and you build strength. Build strength and you build leaders. With faith, with zeal, with courage, with nerves of steel. We did not build a campus. We built an arena where leaders are tested and transformed. In 2007, under the Indian Academy of Empowerment and Educational Research, a unique management education model was born. From Bavdan to the Pirangut campus, the mission was clear. Align education with industry. Align learning with national progress. This commitment led to PIBM earning valuable accreditations and recognitions. AICTE, Savitribai Phule Pune, University Affiliation, NBA, NAC Grade A, AIU and AACSB membership. Recognitions validated quality, but impact defined growth. While traditional systems focused on classroom theory, PIBM redesigned the ecosystem. Industry visits and SME live projects were embedded as early as 2009. By 2013, our industry's first job profile-oriented training approach ensured student skills are aligned with real job descriptions, not just specializations. Adding to the list of our training innovations, we integrated the SCPS model, sector, company, product, and service. It built structured intelligence across diverse sectors such as BFSI, FMCG, IT, consulting, retail, e-commerce, and other emerging sectors. Our technology-enabled curriculum, supported by Bloomberg Terminal and ACE Analyzer, brought real-time data from the NYSE and global markets into classrooms. Pune Institute of Business Management undergoes 50-plus live business projects, 30-plus industry immersions, 200-plus CXOs interactions, 50-plus industry certifications and tech tools. And then comes real responsibility. 2 internships where students work on live challenges, deliver measurable outcomes, and when it ends, they sit across the table from the company's leadership and walk them through what they found, what they'd fix, how, and why. Since 2011, corporate weekends have turned Saturdays into strategy rooms. To further enhance the corporate exposure, we brought industry leaders to campus through corporate events, workshops, panel discussions, and business conclaves. Pioneer Convergence, CEO Charisma, Leaders Conjunction, Digilytics, Microtom, and many more. More than 850 corporate leaders directly mentors our students. Today, 1,000 plus recruiters engage with PIBM talent. PIBM's growth crossed borders and expanded across the world. Through strategic collaborations with top 25 plus international universities across 13 countries, we integrated global business perspectives into our curriculum. From the USA, France, the United Kingdom, Germany, and the UAE to institutions across Asia and Africa. Our partners include leading institutions such as Lawrence Technological University, California State University, Clark University in the USA to Kedge Business School, and Montpellier Business School in France, ISM Germany, Stirling Business School in Scotland, and Cardiff Metropolitan University in the UK, among others. Today, PIBM students earn international credentials through learning business alongside peers from around the world. International students from universities across Belgium, Switzerland, Singapore, Kenya, Sri Lanka, Ghana, Nepal, and beyond are welcomed at PIBM to study India's dynamic business ecosystem. In 2024, PIBM hosted the ISDSI Global Conference, a global platform advancing data sciences, innovation, and research-driven decision-making. The conference was graced by Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sukanta Majumdar, Union Education Minister, Government of India. The conference brought together distinguished academicians from leading global universities and CEOs and top business leaders from reputed organizations, creating a powerful dialogue between academia and industry. ISDSI Global Conference recorded the highest research paper submissions in the conference's entire history, marking a significant milestone for the global ISDSI community. Pune Institute of Business Management hosted something special. 25 diplomats, ambassadors, and senior delegates walking into one room from 15 countries across the globe: Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Nigeria, Bolivia, and 10 other partner countries. The theme: from education to employment, building future-ready youth in BRICS and partner countries, wasn't picked lightly, because right now, millions of bright minds are stepping out of classrooms and into a workforce that keeps moving forward. The distinguished delegates brought individual insights from their respective countries, talking about the necessity of bridging the gap between education and industry, about skills that textbooks haven't caught up to, about what it takes for the next generation of management graduates to genuinely compete and contribute. Just 15 nations at one table, sharing real perspectives and deciding that this generation deserves better than a system built for the last one. PIBM Pune made that conversation happen at the International Conference 2026. 2025 gave us a major breakthrough milestone in our growth story. Uddipan was launched in collaboration with AICTE, Matri, Raman Byte, and other national partners, bringing together more than 1,000 MSMEs, investors, corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, and policymakers under one roof. The Uddipan app was officially launched in the distinguished presence of Professor T.G. Sitaram, Chairman, AICTE, Dr. Parag Kalkar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Mr. Iqbal Singh Lalpura, Chairman, National Commission for Minorities, Government of India, and Mr. Jasmeet Singh, IRS, Additional Commissioner, GST Audit. The summit was graced by Honorable Shri Uday Samant, Cabinet Minister of Industries, Government of Maharashtra. But the Uddipan 2025 was not just an event. Through collaboration with AICTE, more than 12,000 AICTE approved colleges across India will be onboarded onto the Uddipan platform, connecting 1.4 crore students from the entire India to opportunities in skilling, growth, and employment. With Uddipan as the official license platform, our vision is clear: to enable more than 20,000 jobs in technology and management, while strengthening the bridge between education, enterprise, and national growth. This was not just a summit. It was a national engine for the development of youth and employment, where ideas translated into action and opportunities scaled across India. December 2025, the Career Conclave, an initiative under Uddipan, followed. 2,500 professionals and job seekers from across Maharashtra, 300 plus companies across fintech, IT, real estate, manufacturing, and more actively recruited and made job offers. This was systemic, scalable, and national in intent. PIBM's 16th convocation ceremony marked one such moment, where years of dedication, discipline, and perseverance came together in a single defining chapter for our class of 2025. They arrived as aspiring individuals, carrying dreams yet to be shaped, and stood transformed, ready for the world ahead. The convocation was graced by the esteemed presence of Shri Sanjay Seth, Union Minister of State for Defence, Government of India, as the chief guest, and Shri Raj Bhushan Chaudhary, Union Minister of State, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, as the guest of honor who conferred the degrees upon the graduates. The outgoing batch was inspired by the motivating words of Dr. Raman Preet, Chairman and Founder, PIBM Group of Institutes, and other honorable guests, giving them the vision to achieve their dreams. This achievement belonged not only to the students, but also to their parents, whose unwavering support and belief made this journey possible. As they received their degrees, they carried with them not just knowledge, but dreams, determination, and the belief to create a meaningful future, a celebration of dreams, dedication, and shared success. PIBM is not just a campus, it is a mini India where students from different states, languages, and backgrounds live and work together for 2 years. Every regional festival and culture finds a stage. Glory, the flagship fest, is the most visible expression of that. Here, students support each other and learn to work with people who are nothing like them. 5 acres of sports infrastructure with a fully equipped gym and sports grounds. Physical discipline, team dynamics, and performing under pressure are the skills trained, not assumed. Because the students leaving this campus are going into rooms where the stakes are real. India is changing fast, and the demand is for an individual who understands both the technical depth of a sector and the leadership demands of the role. PIBM's new programs are a direct response. PGDM Rise, PGDM Prime, Executive PGDM, PGDM in Banking and Finance Management, PGDM in Public Policy and Management, PGDM in Hospital and Healthcare Management. All designed to shape national systems and empower growth. With new campuses in Chandigarh and Guwahati, in 2026, PIBM has strengthened its presence across emerging education hubs of India. And beyond India, Dubai campus will mark a defining milestone in our global journey, positioning PIBM at the crossroads of international business, enterprise, and opportunity in the Middle East to position ourselves on the global stage. But that's not the end. PIBM is opening its campus in the USA too, shaping the truly global footprint. And then there is what comes next. PIBM's Global Skill University, a shift in category. The vision is producing leaders with global skills in sectors defining the next decade. A 2,000-seat auditorium, dedicated SME center, university library, in-campus hostels and labs built for all-round development. Programs in aviation engineering, healthcare and health tech, transport management, semiconductor technology, and more will be offered by Global Skill University. These are the sectors that will define the next decade of economic and technological growth. Today, 15,000 plus strong PIBM community are out there right now, leading teams, driving strategy, making decisions that matter across banking, consulting, finance, analytics, marketing, operations, and more. Vice presidents, business heads, entrepreneurs, trained to think clearly, work hard, and hold their ground in difficult rooms. 15,000 plus students who came to Pune and went out into the country and beyond it. Arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. For 19 years, this has been the operating principle of every program, every partnership, every session, every internship, and every student who walked out of here ready for the real world. In the companies that keep coming back, in the global partners who chose this institution. This is PIBM, where India comes to build its next generation of leaders and has been since 2007.
What a remarkable journey. Indeed, it has been. As member of PIBM family, it is our privilege to witness and contribute to a platform where industry leaders inspire tomorrow's leaders. Thank you so much for being here with us, all of you. Like every successful event begins with a warm and gracious welcome, now it is my privilege to invite Dr. Suresh Kadam, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Finance at PIBM, who brings together a remarkable blend of industry and academic excellence. Before joining academia, he worked with esteemed organizations including Infosys, SBI Capital Markets, and IDBI Capital Markets. He also holds a PhD from Symbiosis International University and an MBA from IIT Kanpur, and is widely respected for his expertise in finance, project appraisal, fintech, and industry-academia collaboration. May I now request Sir to kindly address the gathering with the welcome speech. Please give a big round of applause for Suresh sir.
Good morning. Respected Chairman, PIBM Group, our distinguished industry leaders, esteemed panelists, respected faculty members, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Today, we are not merely inaugurating another academic event. We are celebrating an idea that education becomes truly meaningful only when it remains connected with the realities of industry. At PIBM, we have always believed that management education should never be limited to classrooms, textbooks, or examinations. Our classrooms must reflect the boardrooms. Our curriculum must reflect the marketplace, and our graduates must be prepared not only for today's roles, but also for the opportunities that are yet to come. That philosophy can be captured in our sentence. We say, we begin with industry, we transform those insights into academics, we build competencies, and ultimately, we create professionals who are ready to contribute to the industry from day one. This philosophy has been consistently nurtured by the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chairman, Dr. Ramanpreet sir. Sir has always inspired us to build an institution where industry and academia are not two separate worlds, but two partners working together to shape the future. Every curriculum revision, every corporate interaction, every internship, live project, every certification, every leadership dialogue is guided by one simple question. Will this add more value to the students and will make them competitive in the tomorrow's business world? Leaders' conjunction is one of those finest expressions of that vision. It brings together accomplished leaders from the industry who are not speaking theory, but from experience. They have built businesses, led teams, managed transformation, taken difficult decisions, and created opportunities for thousands of professionals. Their experience cannot be found in textbooks alone. That is why conversations like this become invaluable experience for our students. Today's discussion asks us questions that every institution, every employer, and every student must reflect upon. MBA 2030. Are we preparing talent for jobs that don't exist yet? Perhaps there has never been a more relevant question than today. Artificial intelligence, digital transformation, automation, global capability centers, sustainability, new age leadership are redefining the future of work before our eyes. Preparing students for that future requires something more than teaching subjects. It requires building curiosity, adaptability, critical thinking, ethical leadership, and above all, the ability to keep learning throughout life. To all our distinguished panelists, thank you for accepting our invitation. Your presence today is not merely an honor of PIBM, it is an investment in the future of every student sitting in this auditorium. Dear students, I encourage you to treat today's discussion as a master class. Listen with curiosity, ask meaningful questions, challenge your own assumptions. Because one powerful idea, one meaningful conversation, or one piece of advice can certainly change the trajectory of your entire career. On behalf of entire PIBM family, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all our esteemed guests. May today's discussion inspire new ideas, stronger partnerships, and a shared commitment towards building the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you, and I wish all an engaging, insightful, and memorable Leaders Conjunction 2026. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, an institution is enriched by the presence of distinguished leaders, and today we are privileged to welcome an extraordinary panel of HR visionaries whose leadership continues to shape the future of talent, organizational culture, and business excellence across the globe. Every leader has a story that inspires. Before inviting our esteemed guest to the stage, let us watch a short video highlighting their professional journey, achievements, and leadership excellence.
Our first distinguished guest is an internationally acclaimed HR leader with nearly 3 decades of experience in driving organizational transformation, digital HR, leadership development, and culture change across global enterprise. Currently serving as the Global Chief Human Resource Officer at Newgen Software, Ms. Kashish Kapoor is widely recognized for her remarkable contribution to talent transformation, diversity and inclusion, and strategic people leadership. Throughout her illustrious career, she has successfully led global HR initiatives, organizational restructuring, and leadership development across multinational organizations, making her one of India's most respected voices in human resources. I request the video to be played. What an extraordinary journey of vision, resilience, and transformational leadership.
That truly deserves a huge round of applause. Moving to our next esteemed panelist, who has built his career around one unwavering belief that exceptional organizations are built by exceptional talent. As the head of talent acquisition at Versuni, formerly Philips Domestic Appliances, Mr. Sachin Vasishta has been instrumental in transforming recruitment strategies, strengthening employer branding, and creating innovative talent acquisition practices that continue to shape organizational growth across
What an inspiring journey of empowering people and nurturing talent. Our fifth distinguished panelist is a strategic talent acquisition leader with over 18 years of experience in building high-performing recruitment organizations. As the head of talent acquisition India at Cushman and Wakefield, Mr. Nitin Mishra has successfully partnered with business leaders in developing talent strategies, workforce planning, leadership hiring, and scalable recruitment systems that enable organizational excellence. I request the video to be played.
What a commendable journey it is. As a mark of our deepest respect and appreciation, we shall now proceed with the felicitation of our esteemed panelists. May I request Dr. Suresh Kadam to please kindly come forward for the felicitation ceremony. Can we have a big round of applause? May I now request Ms. Kashish Kapoor to kindly join us on the stage for the felicitation and request Sir to kindly felicitate Ma'am. Thank you
Ladies
so
and
much,
gentlemen.
ma'am. Please take your seat.
Please give them a huge round of applause. May I now invite Mr. Sachin Vashisht for graciously come forward and join us on the stage. And I request Sir to felicitate him with a token of appreciation.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now call upon Mr. Manoj Kumar Chaudhary to kindly grace the stage for the felicitation and would request sir to honor him with a token of appreciation. Can we have a huge round of applause?
May I have the honor of inviting Mr. Nitin Mishra to kindly come forward for the felicitation. Thank you, sir. With this thought, we may begin with our first panel discussion topic, MBA 2030. Are we preparing talent for jobs that don't exist yet? Ladies and gentlemen, the future of work is evolving faster than ever before. Artificial intelligence is transforming industries, redefining careers, and creating opportunities that did not exist just a few years ago. As educators, industry leaders, and future managers, we are faced with one important question. Are we preparing today's MBA graduates for jobs of tomorrow or for jobs that may not even exist yet? With this thought, we begin our first panel discussion on the theme MBA 2030. Are we preparing talent for jobs that don't exist yet? Our distinguished panel will explore whether qualifications, skills, or adaptability will define future success, how AI is reshaping the workplace, and what qualities will truly distinguish tomorrow's leaders.
To stir this To stir this thought-provoking discussion, it is our privilege to introduce today's moderator, Mr. Dinyar Patel, who has been a journalist for over 25 years and has worked with a number of reputed dailies, both in India and abroad. He became the country's youngest columnist at The Statesman at the age of 21. Qualified in India and the UK as a journalist, he has covered a wide expanse of news from business to current affairs and crime. He has served as the resident editor Response Pune at the Times of India and currently holds the positions of associate features editor and national editor Times Property, where he leads national content strategy and drives innovative revenue initiatives. His association with PIBM started 14 years ago when he joined as a corporate trainer. He has been involved in a number of initiatives at PIBM, including setting up Media Lab and single-handedly training the first batch of global students for IELTS who left for the USA. Today, he is heading PIBM's communication department and the IELTS training program while mentoring faculty and students with communication skills and new age teaching methodologies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our moderator with a huge round of applause. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying a warm welcome to our esteemed panelists, distinguished directors and faculty, and a big high five to our student community who is here. We'd like to begin this very insightful panel discussion on a theme that has actually been discussed at an international forum when I was there in Davos in Switzerland, where we were at the World Economic Forum. Prime ministers and presidents spoke at that platform, and the first thing that we were told is that we are looking at an age of upskilling and reskilling. And I recollect a couple of presidents talking about how they are looking at a world post 2026. And Donald Trump also took the narrative forward at Davos when he spoke about the new age of learning. So I think taking that discussion forward, which I was privileged to be a part of, we'd like to talk about today, what is it that the new Gen, that is Gen Z, is looking for in the job market? My first question to the panelists would be, what will matter more in the next decade? Will it be qualifications, skill sets, or adaptability? Any of our panelists can take it forward.
First thing first, I think since all Gen Zs are here, just one thing I want to say to everyone, that please don't be scared of AI. Please embrace the AI. This will only help you to build your career, getting things done in, let's say, in hours or minutes, whereas others were doing it in days or months together. So please embrace AI. Don't get scared of it. The question which sir has asked us, that whether qualification, skill or adaptability, all three will be important. But if you look at qualification, this will only help you to open the doors in the initial few years to step into the corporate world. Whereas if you talk about the skill, it will all talk about the sustainability of your career in that corporate world. This will only help you to sustain. But adaptability for me is the most important thing. When I hire people for my own organization, I always look at the adaptability of a person in today's ever-changing environment. And hence, adaptability will help you to stay relevant in this job market. And hence, like for me, the most important thing is adaptability, and then obviously skill and qualification will help you to grow and sustain in this corporate world.
Thank you. Ma'am, would you like to speak?
Thank you, and a big good afternoon. You have a lovely campus and there's like lovely faces. I think many future leaders here. I think I'll just add on everything that was said by Sachin. I think I would completely agree with that. The only thing I'd add on to that any organization going forward, the emphasis on how relevant your skills are will become a very crucial dialogue in your becoming relevant in the workplace. So a qualification will get you to point, maybe, from point A to point A.1. But it's how relevant your skills are, how you continue to build them. There will be no age and time when you can stop investing in your skills and building your capability. That will become very crucial. Your ability to have cross-functional skills, your ability to be able to understand and adapt to build cross-functional, cross-domain expertise very early and start synthesizing that to become an SME gradually will become more and more critical. That will be the ask for organizations. Your resilience to failure and adaptability will be very critical. So it's a very interesting stage where our dependency and our conversations with AI are becoming more and more rampant. We are adopting AI more and more, but at the same time it will become more important to keep your thinking brain alive. And I say that for a reason, because today to type an email we go to AI. I've been talking to many people with 5-6 years of experience, and they say that I will do it on AI. But they're gradually losing the thinking brain. Please focus and continue to use your thinking brain. Do not continue to just bring that balance alive is all that I'd want to say. So put your phones aside, put your screens down for some time, and even if you have to stare at a blank wall for 1 hour, do that. Because that's the only way you'll keep your thinking brain alive, and that's that's going to be very important.
Yes, sir.
So absolute delight and pleasure to be here at PIBM. Fantastic campus and lovely energy around. Apart from, I think, these hardcore elements, and I call them as hardcore because skill, qualification, it's more about बहुत सारा पढ़ाई करना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा सब build करने के लिए. But one different dimension which I want to add to the discussion is that each one of you try to find that what your inner core is and what is that unique or different thing which you can add to this world. Not to the company you're going to join, but to this word. Just spend some time on reflecting on this. And I think if you're able to decode that unique thing which you will add to the word, I'm sure it will not only make you relevant, but will make you successful. And when I say successful, I also means it will make you happy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dinyar, for initiating the conversation, and thank you so much for having us all here on a very, very important, topic of discussion, which is like, I think, which wherever I go, this has, this is the conversation we are having with students, with the leaders across businesses, how we are preparing ourselves, because it is critical for business as well. Because we are in that shift of time where times are changing so fast. So, and I think everybody has said that. I totally agree to that. That qualification obviously is a door opener. Skills, you will have to, keep on investing, learning new skills, because that's how you will be relevant. But the most important aspect is adaptability. Wherever you go, whatever you do, adaptability will take you to places, because you'll have to see the opportunities which are coming your way and be open to, to grab those opportunities. Apart from that, try to be enterprising. Just don't take whatever, like, be it an internship, be it a job. Just take that as an opportunity where you're getting into an environment to learn, to see how things are done. So just try to grab whatever you can, and then while obviously we'll talk more about it further to see what needs to be done.
Question that comes to mind, sirs, is the resilience to failure. The new generation today tries a lot of experimentation in their 20s, maybe even in their early 30s. Sometimes we end up failing in projects that we do. So how do we, as a generation that has a lot of things already cut and dried, so how do we become resilient to failures in life, which is going to be a very major part of what we're going to do today?
I think it's more important for the leaders, business, to understand that rather than the students, because they have to be open, and welcoming in terms of if somebody has failed in their projects or work, they should be able to mentor and not act as a supervisor, but act as a coach. That's how, they'll be able to connect with the future generation, with their employees. And that's how they will be able to, build that sort of a team where obviously nobody is scared of experimenting or innovating. And that's how I think most of the big organizations has been built.
I don't think there is anybody here who has never failed. I don't think there is anybody in any organization that you will ever get into where nobody has ever failed. The people, as you go up the ladder, they experience more and more failure. And I think that is where you should draw a lot of hope from. And I say this to many campus hires that I've interacted with across my career, that the more you fail, your ability to rise higher is stronger. So if you fail, pat yourself, you've done a good job, and bounce back and pick it up from where you left it.
Thank you.
So let's first try to understand what exactly is failure. If you see, there's an output which will have two dimensions. Either you succeed or you fail. And I remember the same question was asked to Mahendra Singh Dhoni also. And his simple answer was that I only focus on the process, which is the input. Now, the first thing is, if your focus is on the input without worrying about whether I'll be successful or failure, most of the times, if your input is right, you will end up succeeding. But even if you fail, and if your focus is on input, you will realize कि fail हुआ, लेकिन कुछ सीखा यार. कुछ तो अच्छा हुआ life में, right? So that mindset is very important, and just understand what exactly is failure. It is the end outcome which will either be failure or successful. If input is in right place, you are learning and you are growing.
So I think it's the learning curve that's more relevant. It's not about the failure that we need to look at. What have we achieved, or what have we learned from that, whatever issue or aspect that we failed in? So I think that's an important takeaway. Now coming back to a world that's wired, a world that has access to AI, will competitive advantage come from better prompts or better judgment value? How would you see that, sirs?
So first I want to understand, and this is something which I'm doing on every campus I'm going to, because every time I'm told that students are scared about AI, I want an answer with a raise of hands. How many of are you scared with AI, and how many of are you are excited about AI? So first, can I see how many of you are excited with AI? See, this is the point I want to make, right? That every campus, and trust me, I think this is the 5th campus in a row which I'm doing. I am told as a brief that students are scared about AI, their jobs are going to go away. But the ground level reality is completely different. Most of the people are out here excited about AI. And that is what the core of human being is, yaar. If something has come to us, we are going to use it, leverage it, and use it to create something which is better. Now, the way we are looking at it, and I'll try to make it as live as possible, right? We at Edelweiss as leadership, we had this discussion 6 months back that AI is coming from a culture standpoint, from a hiring standpoint. Do we need to change something? And one important key takeaway, which we all came back with, is that we need to hire more humans. And then we started asking, human ka matlab kya? What do we mean that when we are saying that we need to hire more humans? And there were 3 dimensions which came to us. One is people who can understand ki exactly ho kya raha hai. In technical terms, it's basically contextualization. Do you understand context? Do you understand what problem exactly you are trying to solve? Second was the softer aspect of human, which is ability to empathize, ability to work with more people, whether that is in place. And third was that can you apply the judgment mind, right? Basis whatever is thrown to you, can ultimately, finally you decide something. So these are the 3 aspects which we came, and we are trying to weave it in our hiring process so that we end up hiring more humans, because ultimately it is humans which are going to leverage AI to create whatever we are trying to create.
I'll just add to this in a personal example. So in my previous organizations before I joined Newgen, I'm very new to Newgen, about 4 months, but before this I was for 9 years with NEC Corporation. Before we started integrating AI into the HR space, I had a shared services team. In fact, it was called an HR operations team, which had only 4 people in it. And it's a great point that my colleague here made. With a shared services team that we developed over a period of 2 years, the predictive analytics went up, the data accuracy was very high, the agility with which we could support business as a true business partner was 5 times than what it was, because we had live reports and we had live dashboards that we could bring to the table and discuss. My HR operations team evolved from a pure operations team into an HR shared services team of 7 members. So AI is taking nothing away. The only thing it is bringing into the workspaces today is more value, is more efficiency, is more agility, and therefore a higher revenue to the organization. So our thinking has to be more agile to be able to see how we can adopt, and faster we can adopt to give the leverage to business where it requires it.
I think, as Manoj and Kashish has brought that out, I think the most important aspect, of AI is it's like, it's a productive tool, and obviously we have to take it as a productive tool only. It is evolving. AI has been there. It's not something which has just come up from somewhere, but it is evolving, and as it evolves, it will become better. And we have, as human beings, as businesses, we have to see how we are utilizing AI in our day-to-day work. And I think whenever I see, so currently, I'm running an AI innovation lab within my organization. We are trying to bring in a lot of innovation in terms of how we are inculcating AI with our day-to-day operations. For recruitment, for talent acquisition, it is helping us because as India, as a country, we are a country of surplus in terms of when it comes to applications, honestly. We post one job and we have thousands of applications within hours, and we all will agree. And to filter out, to connect with each and every candidate it's impossible. And when I relate it to our work now, how it used to be earlier and now how we are doing it, it has simplified a lot of things for us, and it has made us better not to miss any great talent within that pool. So I'm just trying to bring in a real example just to showcase how it's helping us and how obviously now the business is also utilizing it for various things. But AI will only replace or will, add where there are a lot of transactional work that's happened, right? But still to judge those transactions, you'll need a human being because as Manoj said, there's a lot of empathy that is needed. As human beings can only bring that judgment, whether it's right or wrong, because AI again is just working on data that is fit, that is there, and it will always pick up those decisions from that data, and data can be anything. So that's my.
Just to add what Nitin just mentioned, in my early career when I got into the talent acquisition function, my predecessors used to talk about we used to wait till late night and we used to go to the STD booths and call the candidates. That was a time when people were really fascinated that, okay, I need to literally slog to reach out to the right candidate. Then comes Naukri and all these other tools, LinkedIn, Naukri and all those other tools, wherein all the candidates' details are on our fingertips. We just need to put the right keywords and the database will throw the right candidates. Similarly, now AI also got into the picture. This will only enhancing the efficiencies, nothing else. The way Naukri.com or all those LinkedIn's and all those other tools came into the picture, and the way people were not really worried that they'll lose their jobs, they have actually improved the number of jobs and simplify the entire process. And that's how I think we should look at AI also. Whatever we input it will throw the output, nothing else. We need humans to judge whether the output what we have received is as per our business goals, business requirements, whether what should we do with that data is something which we need to look at the data or AI from that perspective, nothing beyond it, I believe.
I think the panelists brought up a very valid point, which is so important to industries that we lead and we are part of, where empathy becomes an important cornerstone for any individual to move forward. So with processes simplified and leadership roles changing, across the board, they're changing. What lessons, could current leaders feel future managers should learn early in life? So I do believe that there's a point of inflection where I am not going to retire in the job I start. So if I take up a job today, how soon should I be looking at reskilling or upskilling to move forward?
So this is my favorite, I'll jump in here, this is my favorite one as to what is new that the manager needs to do today and how relevant does the whole upskilling piece work over there. So today, so the manager today is the most important person in the entire landscape of an organization. he or she is the most pivotal creature who can bring the right swing into the organization. The high intensity of touch point which will happen with the hybrid workforce that we have today. In some organizations it is remote. In some places the AI agents have come in, so it's a machine and human mixed combination hybrid workforce with the flavor of 2 days in office and 3 days remote. So can you imagine how it is evolving? Post-COVID, we were all remote and then we went into hybrid, and now there are agents, AI agents, so there is that combination as well. The manager needs to be in constant touch, keep these people engaged, motivated. Even an AI agent will require that level of engagement and motivation. The journeys and the roadmaps for their growth and development, what needs to be brought in to upskill, how do I visualize as a manager the next gen capability, and where do I start investing my dollar value to get that next gen capability. I think it is just coming to be, I think it is more important than the CEO or the COFO of an organization today. If we get the manager traits, and if we get the manager behavior, and if we get the manager engagement right, we've covered a lot of ground. So for us and for all of you students, it is very, very important when you step into your careers, please challenge your managers. Don't become laid back and not provoke your managers to engage and to kind of challenge you in your roles. There is never, in today's day and age, there is no retaliation. I think those days are gone when there was retaliation, etc. It may happen in the way it happens somewhere, etc. But largely today, the value that anybody brings to the table, the skill, it is so critical and so important and so costly that retaliation becomes a very, very redundant thing nowadays. So please challenge your managers is my only request to all students sitting out here.
I think in this evolving world, obviously managers are also evolving, and what my personal viewpoint is that they will move away from just focusing on the task, but rather than and that's how some great leaders have been made. They have to invest more in terms of their people skills, managing their team, coaching, mentoring them in terms of how the work needs to be done. So that's where an important aspect comes in, and what you brought up, like how do you know when to reskill, when to invest in reskilling. I think it's just that we all are reskilling ourselves, like Sachin brought out, the way we used to work when we started our careers and the way now we are working. The only aspect which I have seen in people who have survived everything, this chaos, the people who are always welcome to change, who are always, open to change, who are always looking out for those opportunities, how I'm adding value in terms of my day-to-day work or into the organization where I work. And just having that positive mindset, obviously you will keep on reskilling yourself because of all those changes, all those opportunities, those are coming your way. So that's.
So, just to add what both of my colleagues said, for managers, what I feel is building trust in their own team, rather than just saying that I am the manager because my title says that I am the manager of, right? And same is the thing what Kashish also said, that please challenge your manager also at times, because they feel that I am the manager and whatever I say will be the right thing, and you have to listen and you need to act accordingly. So first, managers should build the trust in the team so that they'll also feel that they'll treat them as a leader, not only the manager. Empathy is another thing. Without empathy, I think no manager will become a leader, and that's for sure. as per my experience, I empathize with my team, and hence they are glued on to me for a long term. They started investing into me, and I started investing into them, just to see that their careers are on the right path, guiding them properly, making sure that whatever time they're investing with us, they should also get the return out of it. Not only that, okay, organization needs something out of those people, but people should also get benefited from that partnership. So that's what my lookout on this particular thing.
So let me share my own journey as a manager, and I think there have been 3 phases to it. So when first time I became manager in my career, I actually went to my manager and I said कि आपने मेरे को manager बना दिया, मेरे को करना क्या है? And I think that's where I got the first piece of advice which stays with me till today. And she said, मनोज कुछ नहीं करना होता, सबसे पहले just जाके जो भी तुम्हारे नीचे लोग हैं उनसे बात करो and उनको deeply समझो. And trust me, I had spent that first month in my role as a manager. I didn't even look at what work is there because it was BAU which is happening. But simply what I did was I just went and spoke to those 7 people who were supposed to report into me. I literally opened up an Excel sheet and I wrote down which one of them has loan, how much do they travel, where exactly they come from, what do they wear, what do they eat, which restaurant they love to eat at. So first thing was knowing about people, and that is the first thing I learned in my first step. Then I went into default mode of being a manager, and I thought my job is to tell people what to do. And I think for good 4 or 5 years I followed the same mode. कि कोई मेरे पास आ रहा है problem लेके, I will give him the solution, and they would say, wow यार क्या manager है, फटाफट solution दिया, easy life. But then again, I think there was this coach who came into my life, and there came the second shift in my life as a manager. That as a manager, your job is not to tell. You will achieve something by telling, maybe the work will happen fast. But if you want to build something exceptionally well, if you're looking to build an exceptional team, an exceptional culture, exceptional organization, it is not about manager telling the answer. It is the collective thing where basically you facilitate a culture where maybe you ask some questions through which the answers come from people. And trust me, like last 5-6 years, when I look at that path, it's been amazing, right? The solution which I used to give by myself from my experience, vis-a-vis that solution or answer coming from the team, I think completely exceptional, yeah. So that is what 2 key learnings. First is manager's job is not to tell. Manager's job is to basically get the answer from the group you are working in. And secondly, know your people. I think that is simply powerful, like really, really powerful. If you don't know your people, you don't deserve to be a manager.
I think this takes me back to a kind of an incident that happened with me when I took over my new role. So a lot of leave applications used to come, and I used to immediately clear them. So one of them came to me when I was in Delhi and said, you know, sir, we are very indebted. I said, indebted for what? That you clear our leave applications without even asking us where we are going. The manager before you used to cross-examine us to the level that we had to kind of open up and say, हाँ girlfriend को ice cream खिलाने ले जाना sir, छुट्टी चाहिए. At least you don't do that. So I think somewhere as leaders, all of us on this platform are leaders. You know, the team needs to bond with you. And that's the first lesson of leadership, is that you don't lead robots, you're leading individuals. Each of us has a problem, each of us has a solution, but each of us need that hand to hold. And I think if we give them the hand, leadership becomes so much easy. Yeah. So, lesson to learn, young people, learn to take leave in the corporate world. We all do that, and most of us don't say no. Coming back, one more small, as an aside, you know, we all face challenges as leaders. Talking from your perspective, sometimes Gen Z gets very easily frustrated. They have a very low threshold value and they just want to let go. So how do we handle a situation where a level of frustration comes so easily that he comes to you and says, I've had enough? but you know that you need him.
Can I disagree?
Certainly.
So I disagree. I don't think Gen Z gets frustrated. I just feel that maybe we, and that's purely my experience, maybe they seek more clarity. The what's in it for me is very, very important for them. Maybe our way of articulating what we ask them or what is expected of them is not clearly listed because we've not learned that way of clear articulation and communication. So that is our learning stretch. But I am happy with some boundaries that Gen Z sets for themselves. I haven't been able to do that. I don't know if it is right or it is wrong. If my manager told me today that you have to finish this work, I will sit over the weekend till 2 o'clock in the morning and I will do it. I will curse him it is him right now, so I will curse him every few minutes and hours, etc. But I will still do it. But and then when that software engineer walks into my office and says, I'm being asked to work over the weekend and I'm not going to do it. And I'm actually looking at him with a lot of awe and respect that, how do you do it? Like, can you please run a master class for me? I would like to learn that. So I think it's more about articulation. It's more about setting expectation. It is more about clarity in what is required. But I think you guys are doing a great job. There is a lot that we have to learn from you, like you have to learn from us. So it's a two-way street and we need to meet halfway there.
So I don't think Gen Zs are frustrated, to be honest. You guys are the smartest people in this era. I have led a team of 5 freshers. I picked it up from the college, and that time I had a team of around 35 odd people. Out of those, I picked up 5 freshers, and believe you me, I had a team of some 15 years of experience till about 0 years of experience. And out of those 5 people, 3 were like the sharpshooters. I used to say they were the sharpshooters. The kind of work what a guy who has 15 years of experience with him and vis-a-vis a person who has just fresher, passed out from the college, didn't even know what is the expectation, what kind of role they are getting into. The only thing which I think Kashish clearly called it out multiple times, that you guys need clarity, and the moment you get a clarity, you will be the most unstoppable individual in your own capacity. And that's the same thing happened in those 3 people were the top performers in my team consistently, quarter on quarter, yearly they got an award, and everything was like the most amazing experience I had it in my entire career. Only thing is, since you are Gen Zs, you are a bit impatient as compared to millennials or any other generation. You want everything in 2 minutes. I think that's how I would look at it. And I lose those 5 people. I lose out of 5, 2 people within 6 months. And the rest of the 3 people left within 1.5 years. So the most important lesson which I got it is I still said those 3 people who stayed around with me for 1.5 years, they must have done the work for 3 years. So that's how I would look at it, rather than saying that okay, they just stayed for 1.5 years. So the most important thing is you guys need clarity, and rightfully so. Without clarity, there's no point working on anything. And once you get a clarity, then you put your entire energy around it and you want to achieve something. That's how I perceive and I see these people.
So my roommate from college, this I'm talking about 2013. We both of us joined corporate. He left his job within a year. And I went to him, यार क्या हुआ, जॉब क्यों छोड़ दिया? He said कि यार वो एक CEO है, वो हर महीने आता है, बोर्ड पे ड्रॉ करता है, अभी यहाँ पे है, नेक्स्ट ईयर रेवेन्यू यहाँ पे पहुँच जाएंगे. एंड एवरी टाइम आई कीप ऑन थिंकिंग यार होगा कैसे. ही सेड कि 6 महीने बाद तो मुझे पता चल गया झूठ बोल रहा है. एंड ही लेफ्ट हिज जॉब. एंड नाउ व्हेन आई रिफ्लेक्ट एट दैट, I call him Gen Z of 2013. Now we need to understand something, right? That why is this phenomena happening, right? And first thing, the blame can't be shifted to Gen Zs. The blame is on corporates, on organizations, on professionals like us. The generation which is coming today was raised by parents who used to come back home at 10, 10:30, 11 or maybe 5 days a week not traveling, who used to use this language, company hai, खून तो पिएगी, company hai, pressure तो होने ही वाला है. Our engagement scores have remained low for years. As HR folks, we keep on trying, they've remained low for a year. Now, these are the questions they're asking, yeah, कि क्यों लंबा काम करना है? Because they saw their parents frustrated with that. I think what Kashish spoke, what you spoke, कि clarity होना चाहिए, purpose होना चाहिए, नहीं तो क्या काम करेंगे? Like if I'm just supposed to be that conveyor belt of MACD, then maybe I'm not adding anything to this word, right? And this is the language which maybe the parents gave to the children, and which is coming out in some form of slight revolt or revolution, but this is a good thing which is happening because I think it will help us to create better corporates. So no blame on you guys, please continue doing whatever you are doing and let's create better corporates in better world. Yeah.
So, when I look at employees at my organization, and I'm sure the same is the story everywhere else, we find that you come with a new talent pool of ideas, something that our generation and maybe the generation before us did not bring. So I think it's important that the corporate world sits down with you. Maybe at 21, 22, maybe we would be generations ahead of you in terms of age. But in terms of talent, we need to understand that you're light years ahead of us. Because you come from a school of thought which is not conditioned like us. We were in that bread and butter mode where pulpit-based training was given to us, parents told us this, and we did just that. You are exposed to the internet, you're exposed to the world, you see the world every day, you've traveled more than us. So I think there's so much more that we can learn from you. And I think it's important that the corporate world and the world that's sitting on this side of the fence also doesn't take you for granted, because you don't want that, right? So I think that's the kind of a give and take philosophy. As I was saying in the morning, we need to come down and go up. We can't be sitting on that high horse and judging them the way they are, because they're different and they need to be treated differently. Coming back to the question that we have on the table, what, according to you, separates future leaders from the average performers?
I think what separates future leaders is the way, and it has been the case always, Dinyar, I would say, because how you are leading your people, how you're giving them that vision, the shared vision, the purpose, the objective where they all need to work together, be it a job that they need to do, be it activity or wherever we go, like be it in sports, be it in classrooms, be it in any activity. I think somebody who has that clarity and how that person can transform those thoughts together and lead the team, that always will stand out. And it is not a new thing. Everywhere I see, the great leaders who are leading large teams, and large businesses, how they are leading it. It's that they're very much open to dialogue. They are very much open to listening to their people. They are very much open to ideas. And recently something happened. I was observing this. Our APAC and EMEA CEO was here in India, and we had a session where a lot of college students, it was like in town hall, and these new youngsters who have recently joined us walked up to him, right, and they were asking a lot of questions. In our times, we could have never dared to do that, because we never had that courage, I would say. And this young generation has that sort of a courage that they can walk up to a global or an regional CEO and can ask him questions. And there were questions like they asked him, what are we doing? How we are like blending AI in our day-to-day work, and he was answering them, and he was very excited, very open, and he was very happy that these youngsters are coming and they were talking about business, like what's happening in other regions, what's happening in EMEA, what's happening in US. Those were, so I think that unique quality of this generation will take them, will definitely
Take them
help
places, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a generation that wants to learn, that wants to know. They are possibly also at points of time clarity of thought, and that's where we come into the picture. And somewhere and sometimes where the frustration level comes at their end is possibly our clarity of thought is not there, so they're not able to take that sense of direction. I think that's a lot of learning for all of us also as young people. Continue to ideate. Because the teams that I lead, everybody who ideates is between 23 to 27. No 30-year-old ideates, because, well, it is them who are the decision makers, and it is we who take their decisions forward. So continue ideating, and that's a great way of moving forward.
So one, also like how the future leaders differentiated from the average performer is two things: how they behave or how they think. If, let's say, a leader or a manager or a person thinks that, okay, I'm a manager, whether the person already has a title with him or her, but that person starts acting as a manager, that person will talk about the outcomes, the person will talk about the impact. Nobody is telling him or her that you need to do this, but taking an initiative and making sure that things will happen, and that person will really be curious individual to know how can I create a bigger impact in an organization will be the major differentiator between a future leader or future manager versus the average performer.
So I'll just add over here, if the person has the ability to be human, right, and be open to learning at any stage, in any age, in any designation, any title in life, I think that now is going to become more and more required. So I'll take an example. So I'm a runner. I run marathons. Every time I must have run about 25 odd half marathons by now. But every time I'm at the start line, I'm asking myself, why am I doing this? I could be sleeping in bed. It is a Sunday. I could be well rested. Why am I doing this? Every 5 kilometers, I think next time I will never do this. Okay? But I still continue to do. But at the end of it, when I cross the finish line, I am so charged, and there is this huge level of contentment. They've given me no money, they've given me nothing. I have woken up early, and I have, spent my Sunday running 21 kilometers for what reason, God knows. I still even don't know why. And that, I feel, for me, is a leadership quality that we need to embrace, to be able to constantly ask ourselves, what is the purpose of what am I doing? And learning along the way as to how can I do it better. Every time I run that course of 21, I know how I can do the next one better at 6 kilometers. What is it that I need to do? I've been running since 2016. It is only last month that I realized that maybe I should start taking my energy gels at 5 kilometers and not before that. From 2016 to 2026, that is how much time it took, with everything available, with coaches and running apps and everything. But it is your own personal journey. And a leader's journey is a very personal journey. You will have your own set of challenges. You will have your own set of situations. There is going to be no recipe for success that anybody can write it down for you. I feel, and this is where I feel that there is a lot of learning for this generation that is coming in, because you, in a way, you've been exposed to a lot of options. So therefore, your choice, your thinking process to make the right choices leads a little more rigor in it. We have manuals for everything today. Maybe you're are used to manuals, so you don't stress test situations as much. I think that is a learning stretch for all of you. So stress test yourselves in various situations, starting very early in your career, so that you know how this journey can play out for you. Visualize it, set milestones for yourself, go back with a lot of humility and say, I did this wrong. I should not have done it like this. I think these are very key characteristics for anybody who wants to be a successful leader. Right?
So for me, future leaders should be chai, because chai just came in the room. Now, what exactly chai stands for? The spelling of chai is CHAI. So C for curiosity, H for humility, very, very important. A for adaptability, and I for integrity. Always do the right thing. So future leaders should be chai.
Thank you. Well put. A little academic question, since we're in an academic environment. So, modern programs integrate environment, social, and governance. They call it the ESG principles directly into core subjects. Is this what the future should be all about in the academic world, integrating platforms? So where I come from is basically, if I roll back the clock maybe 10 years ago, when I was called to set papers at the Pune University, it was because I was supposedly an expert in the media world. At that point of time, nobody said that you can teach. Now, today, with the new guidelines in place, academia needs to be part of academics. And industry needs to synergize with them. So we become a vital cog in the world of academics, which was not there a few years ago. So do you believe that, the future should be a blend of academics and industry, where best practices also need to be taught to academic professionals from the industry world? Your take, sir?
I think yes. And I think there should be more and more of these collaborations and interactions with industry for students to be able to visualize a workspace first and foremost. To be able to understand the different styles of working that are there. An organization can have a single culture, but the style of working can be very different across the organization. So that what we were talking about some time back, how do you build resilience? These are your learning grounds. This is where it will all come from. I think it's today organizations want productivity day one. So gone are the days when you would, and we were chatting just before this session that, the onboardings used to be 1 month and 2 months of onboardings. It's all gone now. It's 2 days of onboarding and you're required to be productive day one. But that is the rigor. There is nothing wrong in it. But that only reflects on the intelligence of your generation to be able to drive that value and therefore the ask and the expectation. So the more we collaborate, the more you talk, the more you network, the more you hear, the more you interact, the more you engage, the better placed your thinking frame will be to idealize and visualize a workplace that you'd like to be in, and the change that the role that you are in that you can bring about. Because everything today, to your point on ESG, everything today has to and should be, I will say, as a point of the right thing to do, and as a moral integrity to give back to the community, to give back to the universe and the place that we all come from. I think that should be a moral, fundamental, integral value for all of us.
So I was having this chat with sir in the morning, and that's where this idea came to my mind, right? And let's look at a very tactical challenge which we try to solve when we talk about industry academia. And simple thing is like, can we achieve 100% campus placements? right? And achieving 100% campus placement obviously means better talent for organizations. Now, the thought which came to me while talking to you, sir, is that कि अभी जो एग्जाम्स बनते हैं कॉलेजेस में, those question papers or assessments are designed by academicians or by university. Now, why can't that shift to being designed by corporates who are actually going to hire? And if I'm correct, Sachin, that's the biggest gap which we see, right? Because the assessment is happening on knowledge. And that's where the manager would say, I don't want to hire a fresher because I need.
Sir, as
hardcore
an
skill."
aside, it took nearly 50 years for them to incorporate industry into academics. This could be another 100-year story. But yes, this is a very valid point because we understand the processes of tomorrow. The pure play academic world is not wired into the environment we're in. And I think this is a very great takeaway today that you've given us. Somewhere the corporate world needs to start not only designing syllabus, also set questions. Totally agree.
But I'm very hopeful, sir, because I am actually amazed. Like now, when I at least in after COVID era, when I speak to a lot of faculties, people who are handling the campus relations, there is a shift. I'm very happy to see. Like we saw in the video also, Skill University is coming out in Mumbai. You have Atlas Skill University. I'm seeing at government level also. If you look at the new education policy, so I'm hopeful. Maybe it won't take those 100 years, but maybe we crunch it down to a 5 or 10 year.
I'll just add here. So we run a program where one semester, one semester of because we hire a lot from tech colleges, one semester of that 4 years of BTech is run on the curriculum that is designed by our organization. And obviously there are criterias for assessments, etc. And then we give a commitment that above so much we will absorb that entire batch that has gone through that semester. And the productivity and the retention and the growth of that batch in the organization is way, way higher than taking a straight campus hire onto the campus. So it's a very, very effective way of
Totally agree. Totally agree. In the interest of time, I may not have a lot of time for more questions, but there's just one last question that I thought is fit for this particular platform. That, the most critical trait for the future workforce is psychological resilience to change. It's also that a generation that is leading today doesn't belong to them. So that sense of resilience is there in the corporate world, especially towards Gen Z. How can we break that jinx for industry leaders like us so that we are able to relate with them more closely? And at the same time, the word that keeps coming back to mind is empathize with them, because they have the wherewithal, they just need that platform to, move forward. So how do we provide that for them?
I think platforms are already there, Linear, because, industry cannot run without talent. We all need talent. And we all would agree that we always try to, have our talent pipelines, build future talent, and that's those platforms. And the industry is also opening up way faster, very much in terms of, accepting and inviting students or, at a very early stage. Earlier, the concept used to be like the internships or those sort of opportunities, like case studies used to happen only in masters. But now even at a graduation stage, students are entering into, they're coming to industry, they're coming to offices, doing their internships for whatever time they get, like a month, 2 months. They are very open to ideas in terms of doing any live projects, working on any assignments right now. So we do, like as an organization, we do a lot of projects because we have a very big advisory team and we need to do a lot of research work that happens. So we need those students, for the ground level work in terms of understanding, collecting the data, doing research on that. And that's where we are, because as an industry, obviously for us also it's beneficial because we need talent for those short-term assignments. We cannot hire full-time, right? And for students is an opportunity to see, learn what's happening, what is the real world, how it's done. So I think there are a lot of platform, and I'm sure other panel members would also agree to that.
Can I just take this moment to ask all of you, what is your expectation? And you can just raise your hand and stand up and answer. What is your expectation of an organization that you would like to join, or the manager that you'd like to work under? What is your ask and your wish list?
Would request faculty to please take over mics and pass it on to the students, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is I'm not looking forward to work in a corporate for the rest of my life. After graduating, I don't see myself working 40 years in corporate. I'll work for 15 years. What is corporate going to do to retain employees like me who don't want to work the rest of their life?
So we'll keep your Q&As. So we'll park the question, but we'll just hear some more views as to what is your expectation out of corporate and the places that you would like to join. We'll come back to your question.
Hi. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to all the panelists. So, my name is Purvanchi Jain, and I am a first-year student at MBA, PIBM. So, what I think... Yeah. Hello. Yeah. So, good morning, everyone, and to all the panelists and the audience. My name is Purvanchi Jain, and I'm a first-year student at PIBM. So what my point of view is, when it comes to corporate, I love to struggle. So I want my company which helps me to multitask, which gives me a sort of pressure over my mind, because this will be my thought, then thought will turn to action, and action will turn to my habit and character. And after 10-15 years, once I reach to a higher position, I'll be already very familiar with the workload that I'll be. So that will be easy for me to handle and cope up being an asset to the company. Thank you.
But corporates will give you a lot of pressure. Don't worry.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Easy ask. Huh? Just to add what Nitin said, right? I have also observed, we have just ran a sales internship program. We must have met at least 20-30 odd kids. And believe you me, somebody's, let's say the course which they are pursuing is in marketing, they are doing internship in HR. Somebody is doing internship in finance. Please don't do that. I don't think that internship makes any sense to you. And when I asked them that, okay, would you like to work in the field, because this is a sales internship program for 2 months. Out of those 30 odd people, 10 people said, no, sir. So then why you are attending that interview was my basic question. So the way you see clarity, please see clarity in everything, not from the corporates, but for your within also. That whether you are just ticking the box that you want an internship and you've done that, but do it in your own domain. This will help you in the corporate world to get a right job. And the way Diniar also said that whether you are feeling outplaced in the corporate world would not happen. If you have done that kind of work early in the earlier career, you feel that this work has already been done by you in some shape and form. So please don't do that mistake, which I keep repeating with whatever interactions I have with the students. Stick to your own domain. Do not do it just for the heck of doing it.
Thank you, sirs. I'll quickly sum up and then we'll open the forum for Q&As. Would request, the mic to be taken to the individual student once you raise your hands. And then we will, if you have an individual guest whom you want to address the question to, it's fine. Or any of us could also answer as per whatever you feel. To sum up, basically, I think where we have learned our lesson is that the generation that you belong to today is a generation that has a lot to give. There's a lot to learn from us in the corporate world from you. We need to understand that you also bring in ideas that are new to the table. And I think there's a lot of synergy that is required. The second takeaway is that we need to blend more with the academic world. Because not only does our world, which is the corporate world, bring in best practices, bring in what is new age methodologies of running industry, we also understand what are the challenges. So possibly bringing that to your table would add value to your CVs, to your resumes. And yes, internships, you must move forward with internships, especially in domain spaces that you feel that you can take forward. So I think it's been a great experience from all our panelists today, where we've understood the challenges that you face as Gen Z, the challenges that we face, and how we can both overcome these two in our own domain spaces. So on that note, I'd like to open the floor for questions. Please raise your hands. The mics will be brought to you and questions would be answered individually. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Vignesh Sharma, and my question to you guys that I'm pretty sure you have interviewed many potential candidates in your career as you are HR professionals. So what is that one thing you seek in a candidate who has a job experience and in a one candidate who hasn't worked anywhere? So yeah.
So for both, my answer is same. Like one thing which I personally look at is what I call as hunger. And basically three kinds of hunger: hunger to learn, hunger to grow, and hunger to perform. कितना भूख है लाइफ में, कुछ अचीव करना है कि नहीं करना है, कुछ नया सीखना है कि नहीं सीखना है, is what I look at.
And I think Manoj has summed up it very well, because hunger to perform, hunger to learn, and hunger to grow. That's the only thing that we all look for, and especially when we are interviewing freshers, somebody, because obviously experienced folks, the discussion will happen around the work, the results they have achieved, how they have led teams and all. But for people who doesn't have experience, mostly we try to assess and see the curiosity in the person, the attitude, the adaptability, in addition to what Manoj has just said.
Can I just take this time to answer his question also, where he's, you asked what will the organization do to just keep you engaged for 15 years since you don't want to work for 40. So taking a cue from what Manoj said, I think the corporate will only feed your hunger till as much as you're hungry.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. And I'm Ayush Pandey. And my question is, like, there are many companies are laying off their employees. So the reason maybe AI intake and some other questions, like how we survive in this situation where the companies are laying off so many employees, and how we as a HR professional, how we motivate our employees to maintain their trust and motivation towards company.
So the reason there are layoffs happening and people are getting laid off is anybody wants to answer this? I think we've talked about this one magical word throughout this conversation. Louder. Yes. No. 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 You've not been listening, that means. Louder. No. It's a very tangible
Lack
thing.
of patience.
No, it's got nothing. It's a very tangible, tactical thing that you need to do.
Adaptability.
Upskill yourself and stay relevant. So if you're not upskilling and staying relevant, that is going to be the fate. But that's for everybody. So that's where you need to invest.
Let me add here, like we are moving into an AI world. We are in fact very much into it, right? And like I'll tell you exactly how at Edelweiss we are looking into it, right? What I see, the current trend is I see two set of employees. First set of employees where there is a lazy use of AI. And second set of employees where there is a smart use of AI. Now, what is a lazy use of AI? I am supposed to write a mail. Earlier, I used to spend 30-35 minutes to draft that mail. Now with AI, I draft that mail maybe in 2 minutes. You give a prompt and do it. Now the lazy use of AI, I gave a prompt, the output came and I simply copy pasted and went ahead with it. Now, these set of people I do worry about. These set of people, maybe there will be loss of job also because they will become irrelevant in some point of time. The smart use of AI is okay. Like, is my prompt the best one? After giving prompts, now I used to take earlier 30 minutes. Like, can I do some more tweaks to it, right? What other elements I can apply to it, right? So that, and I think this is the easiest framework which we found. And right now, like we are telling, and I think it's a moral responsibility, right? That we need to create more set of people who are basically doing smart use of AI, not lazy use of AI. And trust me, if you worry about people losing job, your task starts right now on this campus. You will have your group assignments. As a group, are you doing lazy use of AI or are you doing smart use of AI? To the professors in the room, start applying this lens that is it a lazy use of AI? Because don't say that you used AI, because AI will have to be used. But ask them like whether it was a lazy use or smart use. And as students, it's your responsibility कि lazy use of AI करो, question करो boss कि मेरा job खतरे में है, दूसरे का भी जा सकता है. जैसे ही करता है पूछो, question करो. I think सब कुछ सही रहेगा.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Ketan Goel.
Just as an aside, 5 minutes more if our students could please keep to the timeline. Maybe we could answer a maximum of 3 questions more. So I request all the coordinators to please keep that in mind so that we can wrap up as per the timeline. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Ketan Goel. My question is that in a world where AI can perform many technical tasks, what do you think what remain unique where human and indispensable for future leaders? My question is that in a world where AI can perform many technical tasks, what qualities do you think will remain unique, where human and indispensable for future leaders?
Empathy and faith.
Be human. Biggest advantage you have right now is you are human being. That is the biggest advantage. And as I said, like we, as Edelweiss, we said that we need to hire more humans. And empathy, faith, trust, all these are fantastic human elements. I would in fact say that build the skill of being human.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, respected panel members. It's a privilege to have you with us at PIBM. My name is Kavya Rathod from Mumbai. So my question is, as organization rapidly adopts AI, so what human qualities do you believe will become more valuable instead of technical skills?
I think it's the same question that was just asked. Did you use Chat GPT?
Yes, a lot.
See what, this is a good example. Like, see what exactly we missed here, right? As human beings, we are supposed to, we have ears, we are supposed to listen, right? And live classic example, right? This is what we are missing. And why is this happening, right? Because we have distractions, phones in our hand, right? Now these qualities will for sure come into foreplay. सुनना मत छोड़ो, बहुत ध्यान से सुनो. हमारे जो 5 senses हैं ना most important हैं, and every one of them contributes to what we are as human being.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, panelists and audience. I am Shivam Agrawal from PGDM third session. Now, my question is for all of you that what habit should we develop in our college life that will help us in our future corporate life? You can say that like help us grow faster in a corporate life.
So my only advice to all of you is you have human angle one, we already established it now, right? The second thing is curiosity. Be curious, right? This will definitely help you to grow in wherever, whichever field you go. You will at least be curious to know that why it is happening, what will be the outcome. If I am doing something, what will be the impact of that particular decision which I am taking it now. The way you have taken a decision to enroll into PIBM, what will be the impact of enrolling into PIBM? What would you want to achieve in your career? So you should be curious. Curiosity is the mother of all inventions, right? So that is how I believe that if you are curious enough, you will keep learning new things, you develop yourself, you will achieve newer things as well, right? I hope I am able to answer you.
Yes, sir.
I'll just add two more to this. Be authentic, be real, and be very humble always in your life.
Be humble is something I like myself about. I think I am a very humble person.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
We have time for only one more question. So whoever wants to ask, please. How many people are there who want to ask? 1, 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. 2 people, fine. We'll entertain 2 more questions and then we'll wrap up the session. Please go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Purvanshi, and I was curious to know one question. Like almost. Hello. Yeah. So I was curious to know, like all of you, the panelists, have almost 25 to 30 years of experience. So what is the biggest change that you people find in yourself from the day you were graduating from an MBA or PGDM degree to the day you are currently being at the heads of the companies?
I think we all have seen multiple changes in the way organizations work and in our careers as well. But I think one unique thing that we have been seeing is the kind of energy now the new people are bringing into the organization or to the floor. And earlier it used to be, very, very task oriented and very focused. But now when I see the youngsters at our floor, the kind of energy and the conversations that happens is totally different.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. So, yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Preeti Jana. I'm from Calcutta, West Bengal. And my question is that, as we all know that AI is changing entry level.
Please, student coordinators, please map the questions. We have time only for 2 questions. We had already assigned 2 students there, no more than the third. Please be very clear because we've got schedules back to back happening in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
So my question is that as we all know that AI is changing the job roles, and but companies are still expect that strong judgment and adaptability and business thinking. So as a management student, how should we prepare for future?
How do we prepare for the future? Young lady, how do we prepare for the future? We've already answered that twice over. Once during the discussion and also from one of our students who had asked that. Any other question, please? Yeah, please speak out, please.
Good afternoon to all the panel members present here. I am Shreya Basu. I belong to Kolkata, West Bengal. And my question is for all the panel members present here. If you are in our position doing MBA or PGD in the first year, what is the one thing that you would have done differently? And what is the one thing that you would be more focused on so that we all can get in the top 5 rankers and we can achieve it very fast and in a very successful way. Thank you.
So let me take that. I think I myself a classic example. So I did my master's from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. First semester, I was ranked in the bottom 5 of the class. And the mistake I made was I cleared TIS, I went to TIS and I expected कि यहाँ के जो professors होंगे वो तो world class होंगे. And within 2 days I judged them and I said कि no यार, what will they teach me? इसका तो इंग्लिश ही इतना वो नहीं लग रहा है. इंग्लिश अटक अटक के बोल रहे हैं प्रोफेसर. His background doesn't look impressive to me. What are these case studies? He's a lazy professor. I started judging them. And I failed big time. Bottom 5 of the class literally took me into depression. And I spoke to my mentor. And the single piece of advice I got was that next semester, what you have to do is whatever is taught in the class, whatever your professor says, just write it down. Your notebook should be open. You should be taking notes of whatever the professor is saying without any judgment. Whatever task is given to you, assignment, assessment, project, ensure that the timeline which is given, it is done within that. I simply followed this single piece of advice कि जो बोल रहे हैं वो notebook होना है उसमें लिखने का है और जो assignment है उसको time से complete करने का है. I was the second rank in the second semester. Simple tip. After I graduated, I have experimented this same tip on at least 25 to 26 people, and trust me, the result has always been where you move to top 10% of the batch. So simple tip, judge मत करो प्रोफेसर को अच्छा पढ़ाएगा, जो सुन रहा है उसको लिखो और जो टाइमलाइन दिया गया उसमें वो असाइनमेंट को कंप्लीट करो. You will end up learning a lot.
Thank you so much to all the panelists for your valuable insights. Thank you so much, students, for your efforting questions. Every memorable occasion deserves a heartfelt expression of gratitude. To formally conclude today's proceedings, it is my privilege to invite Mr. Lalit Kumar, Head of the Department of Business Analytics at PIBM, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Can we have a
huge round of applause?
Oh, okay. Hello, can you hear me? Great. Hi. The very first question before I say anything else, okay? I'll start with asking the very first question. Raise your hand if you are hungry now. Okay, second question. Raise your hand if you are hungry to contribute something wonderful to the world. Second point is more valid, right? Great. Now I'll start, okay? I'll just take 2 minutes. I know all of you want to leave immediately. I feel privileged to deliver a vote of thanks to the panelists here and of course others also who have come here, okay? So what I'll do is I'll just quickly wrap up, by reiterating some point they have told us, because as we have seen, some of the points were not listened by, understood by some of the students, right? I'll just quickly go through the points. Kashish ma'am, you told us that we need to have the ability to develop cross-functional skills and the resilience to failure in life, right? And ensure to keep the thinking brain alive. You should not stop that, right? You should keep thinking. Nitin sir, you told us that you need to adapt and grab the opportunity, whatever comes your way, okay? You should not think about, okay, only when something specific comes to you, then only you have to work on that, right? Also, Nitin sir, you told us that AI has simplified so much complex process like hiring and all, okay? However, something unique, let's say empathy, right? Empathy can never be replaced by AI. Only humans can come to do that, right? Sachin sir told us that AI is just for input and output, right? However, and I believe it strongly, the final judgment has to be done by humans only. You will not completely trust AI, whatever it is doing, right? And at the same time, he also told us that, I also believe it again strongly, you need to be soft but confident. If your manager or your bosses, wherever, okay, is trying to tell you something wrong or different, you should be able to talk about it. Little bit pushback, not too much, but little bit, one time you have to say that it is not something I am feeling comfortable, right? And Manoj sir, again, you told us that clarity and purpose in life must never be compromised. It must be there all the time, right? Because of that, we will create a better corporate world out there, right? So all of these things are really, really helpful. We again are very thankful to all of you to come here. And finally, I'll add one, that word chai coming from Manoj sir. Curiosity, humility, adaptability, and integrity, right? These four really important. I am, telling you, I will not offer you right now. You have to think it yourself. And finally, before ending it, now the first point is more important. If you feel that all of you are hungry, let's close the session. After, of course, my colleague will come here. But again, thanks to all of you, and thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious words and heartfelt expression of gratitude. I'm sure the students must have learned a lot today from this HR summit, right? Now, may I request all the dignitaries to please come forward on the stage for official group photograph. Please, sir, ma'am. Students, please remain seated until we are done with the photography session. One row. The first row of the students sitting in the first row, can you please come forward? First row only. Turn around for the photograph. Okay, we are having a selfie. You can look in the camera. Please stand in the front. Students, please remain here. Thank you so much. Again, we are really grateful to have all of you with us and for the teaching session we had. We wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Students, please